listen. She's my girlfriend, but she's not everything. I don't need her. I choose her.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's fine. Nah,
that's the thing, bro.
Fair that you guys love each other, you're having your problems, but you are not ready, bro. And to show you are not ready, you are asking mommy for money. You're asking dad for money.
You have to deal with not posting on social media.
It's what you ask.
Yo, we back.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on.
Yo, we back. I know you guys see the friends of the show. We have all returning friends of the show. Matter of fact, so gents.
What's up?
What's up?
What's good in the hood? You know what it is. The boy AO Max on Instagram. Follow that. Boyz Aloud live and direct.
Yes, sir. So, gents, as you can see, we got the Boyz Aloud merch, so don't forget to get your merch. Boyz Aloud. We have our police show on as well. And, enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show and like all the people who are dating while they're young. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
For real, what are you doing?
What are you doing when you're young? What do you know? Why you put yourself into things? Why you like things? Like that?
Yeah, you like things.
Let's put it like that. Why you like things?
Why
you guys like things? Why you fighting?
I'm fine, dog. I know what I'm doing, dog.
What are you doing?
I know what I'm doing, bro. You said why gents in relationships, so what are we doing? But I know what I'm doing, bro.
Bro, do you know how much?
And I speak for everyone else who's in a relationship. We know what we're doing, gents.
Do you know how much heartbreak you go through at this stage in your lives? Why are we
giving yourself
young,
unnecessary trauma?
That's the thing,
gents.
Unnecessary
trauma.
I have a question. Like, what are you basing it on?
That's a good question.
Okay, what I want to base it on is the fact that we don't know what's going on and we decide to not know what's going on together. You know what I'm saying?
But then
Facts.
if you're actually doing something that you don't know, why not figure it out? Don't just, like, you know how in a relationship, like, you start nice and easy, then when it gets difficult, she's gone.
Yeah.
Or you gone. Like, we can't always blame women, realistically. You know that. The reason why Willie says he knows what he's doing is because they're figuring it out, right?
Yeah. Fair play.
Exactly.
It's difficult because you, a young man, you're figuring yourself out. That young woman, she's figuring herself out.
Yeah.
Both of you guys are figuring out this relationship.
Yes.
Now, it becomes difficult because you don't really know who you are.
Okay.
And you're trying to figure out someone who doesn't even know who they are.
Okay, but how
No, you said shortly put. Next year, that means I no longer like Welile.
Because
that's
I'm figuring myself out. You figuring out.
I figured out I don't like Welile. Exactly.
No, gents, let's be realistic.
Yeah, let's be real.
Listen, gents, let's be
It's
realistic.
gonna be difficult.
You
gotta keep
Let's be realistic, bro. Bro, at the end of the day, Malima, I hear you about like you were finding out, you're finding yourself, she's finding herself, and at the same time you're finding each other out, right? So it can get like all too much and all tangled and whatever. But bro, there's still a beauty in that. And especially as young people who are in a relationship, choosing someone else, there's a beauty in that. So it's not always about like, okay, cool. I'm still finding myself out, I'm young. Yeah, I'm still trying to get my bag up and I'm still trying to finish this degree, yada, yada. Whole time I'm in a relationship with someone who's doing the exact same thing. Bro, there's a beauty in people who are going through a lot who still choose each other and move forward every time.
Yeah.
So it's not always a bad thing, bro. And it works for those that it works for. So
can you say, isn't that counterproductive? You just mentioned I'm trying to get my bag up, but you're spending your bag on another person.
Okay, but that person can be the motivation at times.
But now
They always are. They always are. Because imagine now, like what really drives you, dog, if you don't have that one thing that, I actually want to make it for you and for like myself too.
For myself. And I make it for myself. And because you're here, I can do it for both of us. Type.
We literally spoke about this in the previous episode. Make sure you watch that. I'm on making other people and motivation to do so. Because you're making this person the main reason for you to get money, but they're not even permanent, they're temporary. But you
But
are
how do you know?
permanent.
But how do we know?
Yes.
That the relationship will be permanent or not.
Yeah.
I mean, you're young.
No.
Like, bro.
No,
bro.
Like, what we try, like, wait, one thing that we want to understand is that you being in a relationship is not a problem. But when you are young, we're asking, are you ready
Yeah.
to be committing yourself in a relationship, and a serious relationship?
Okay. Now I'm gonna make a primary example, right? Whenever you go to school, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes?
Jeez. When you grade 1, are you ready to go to school?
But you're ready
No. Like you can go ask your parents when they took you to school. You had
I was
your
okay,
face.
yeah, that's true.
Right?
Everyone cut on their first time.
yeah.
Not me.
Right.
No.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Pictures in the morning.
When your mother was there, say,
He's there.
Commissaire Vaseline there.
short band.
Brown socks.
Okay, wait.
Don't lose your jersey. We were there. We were so excited, bro.
What business do
Maybe
you have
you were
dating at that
excited.
age?
Maybe you were
actually?
excited. Okay, but my primary example is when you went to school, right? You weren't as excited because you never knew what's ahead of you. You didn't know what teacher or what journey it was gonna take you. Yes, but when you finished, you look back and you're like, Yazin, that was actually a good journey. Yes, it was ups, downs, left, right, but it was a good journey. Same thing with, I feel like, a relationship. You never know how far you go, but I promise you, when you look back, right, there's gonna be things to show for it. And it's always
Like
a thing of-
stress.
No.
No, but like, okay, just tell me now.
Continue,
Yeah,
continue.
when you have that one ex, that girlfriend, that do you always, when you think about going back to her, do you always think about the stress? Is the stress the one that
first
makes
thing.
you go back, or it's the
No,
good moments?
It's the good moments.
There we go.
Why
Nah.
you going back, though?
Nah, I don't
That's
feel
the
like going
problem.
back at all.
Yeah.
No, listen.
I don't have that.
Listen. At the end of the day, what he's saying is, what he's trying to put into context is that, like, bro, stop. There's a problem when you say relationship and the connotations of a relationship is just always negative, bad. You're wasting time. You're wasting your time on someone, but that's not always the case. Yes,
Like-
going back to your ex is not a good thing, but you're going back because you were happy. You understand? It's
Okay,
not-
I'm not promoting going back to your
Yeah,
ex.
no, we're not saying go back.
Please.
Yes.
Leave
Yeah,
that
we're not-
girl
we're
alone.
not saying-
Leave that girl alone.
Yeah. Or leave that man alone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Hey.
Like, but he's just saying that, like, gents, it's always a bad thing, bro. Like what Omulimo said is that, like, you're wasting your time or you're wasting your bag on someone. But like, bro, it's not, when you're in a relationship, it's not a waste. It's like an investment-ish.
But if you're young, that's the thing. Like, the main thing is, should we be in relationships when we are young?
Okay, well, how old is
So
he?
do
Young?
you-
Wait, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
okay, let's break that down.
old is
Okay, let's
young?
what's the age?
Before your
Like high
brain is
school.
fully developed.
The frontal
Sharp.
lobe.
Yes, your frontal lobe.
Sharp.
I
That's what,
believe-
25, 24.
25, 24. I
Yeah.
believe you should be in one.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing if you're not in one?
What are you doing? I'm working on
Scalar.
myself. I'm working on myself.
You know what the problem is, Nam? You know what the
Guys,
problem is?
Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie.
I think you guys are getting it wrong.
Okay.
The main point is ready. And you remember, I like the analogy you used about ready. If you're not ready for grade 1, what happens? You fail again.
Yeah, I wish.
Ah,
Something like that. Man, wait.
Yeah.
It
Grade
just
1,
said-
I'm gonna pause there.
Okay.
In a ratio, how many kids fail grade 1?
You know,
Like, you in your estimate, like, how many kids fail
we
grade
all know
1?
someone who
Okay,
felt grade
I
one.
can tell you, maybe every school in South Africa will experience maybe 1 or 2 child.
That fail, right?
Fail, yes.
All right. Now,
Now.
go back to relationships, right?
Okay, yeah.
Now, in that moment when they were not ready, how many people succeeded in their relationships? Let's use the ratio of grade 1,
Okay.
not ready, right?
Yeah.
So now, how many people do you think their relationship failed just because
They
they said they
succeeded.
weren't ready?
And what? Wait,
Remember
I just-
now
But
also,
no.
at some point, the only reason for failure in a relationship is how bad you don't want it to fail.
Okay, but
Yeah.
now what the thing is, you need to understand what tools do you need to be ready.
And also,
That's what we need to
I'm,
know, I think.
I don't know about
Mm,
everyone
you
here.
yourself.
I don't know about everyone here, but I'm confused because he's mentioning succeed. How is a relationship considered successful if you and I end up breaking up?
Yeah. Then
In
it's
my
not-
Okay, but no, listen.
What was
Dave.
successful about that?
This is the problem.
I'm not saying we
you
broke
guys,
up.
you guys think about, like, the worst. Bro, you guys,
Okay,
no.
let's put it out there. We're not saying relationship is a bad thing. We're not saying it's a bad thing. But we're just saying is that there's too many relationships going on, right? And they keep failing.
Why are you gonna judge yourself
Why?
based on other people?
exactly.
It's not necessarily about judging people based on other people. It's about think about the amount of relationships, heartbreaks, and traumas you would have gone through until you get to that happily ever after.
And the CP also
But it's gonna be worth it in the end.
And that's not always the case.
Let's back to the primary school thing. Nah? If we find that, okay, majority of our 7-year-olds, when we put them in grade 1, they fail. And the majority of them, that's the case. What are we going to do as a government?
Are you gonna say don't go to grade 1?
No, you know what we're going to say? Go to grade 1 when you are 8.
Exactly.
Yes! You're yes.
Then it's like, as society, it's not even
Let's go to the next age. Oh my God.
You see another analogy. I'm gonna say it again. The reason why I'm putting young, right? Like he mentioned, when you are young and going to grade 1, you are not ready. And in the context of relationship also, are you ready at that time? We're not saying relationship is a bad thing, but people go into something that they are not ready of. They are not ready for.
That's bad.
And it's bad, bro. Because now, here's the chance. He said that I told you, I was like, there's so many people in relationship and they're failing. And it's like, why do I have to compare myself to other people? And I'm like, okay, I'll ask you and you, how many relationships have you been in?
My whole entire life.
Yeah.
3.
5.
How old are you?
5.
No, you're not 5.
No. I've been in 5.
How old are you?
How old are you?
Currently,
3. Yeah. You on 3, you on 5. How old are you?
Currently, no, I'm currently turning 20.
How long have they lasted? Each of them.
Wait, I just want to ask something. Are we basing relationships, people that are not ready for relationships just because their relationship failed? So that's why you were like, you're not ready because your relationships fail. Is that what we're saying?
There's other aspects into it.
Okay, can I hear the other aspects? I want to hear the other aspects.
You said just for you. Keep out the Bible.
I want to hear the other aspects because I think it's very wrong or it does not make full sense to say you're not ready for relationships because the relationships fail. That doesn't mean you're not ready for it.
Then let's say it like this. I wanna say because you're still developing as a person. Yeah. You need to think about all the beliefs you still wanna have, all like the things you still wanna do, and then you're still gonna question if you can do this with another person. Now you need to find a person who is going to want to do those things or experience this type of life with you. But at the same time, you're trying to figure out if you like this thing or not. So now this person must also figure the same thing out. You all could have the same experience, but take 2 different outcomes from it. Like, hey, we've just now tried, I don't know, Milky Lane, for example. Hey, I like Milky Lane ice cream. This person realizes, hey, I don't like Milky Lane ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't mean anything that. But
okay,
that's
wait, I just thought about something just now, right? So why are we as individuals, I'm gonna speak on male because we're all male here. Why are we as individuals claiming that it's as difficult to figure out yourself out with someone else, right? Because imagine now if you knew everything about your partner, do you think it would actually be nice for that long?
It wouldn't.
Right? No, wait, right? So now, if I'm figuring myself out and she's also figuring herself out, like what she likes, she doesn't like, and we're doing that together, I get to learn a piece of her each and every day, right? And we can, yes, there's always bad days, even at school, even at your job, wherever you go, there is bad days. But now, you can't base on, like Lisedi was saying, if you fail grade 1, you can't base off opening your business because you failed. Like you tried, I don't know, 3 times, now I'm not opening a business anymore because you failed. Whereas that business could have been the best thing in your life. Remember now, when you speak to your parents and be like, yo, this guy used to stress you out, right? But your mom can still say, but he's the best thing that happened in my life.
Like, I get it where you're saying no one's never going to like be fully developed. I understand that part. But when you're still young, there are still a lot more fundamental beliefs that you haven't built yet. Because when you get older, you're not going to know yourself like 100%. You're forever changing, forever growing. But what I'm saying is, in a younger age, because there's still a lot more fundamental things that need to change, that makes dating a lot more riskier, or a lot more like there's a lot more to lose than there is to
No
gain.
risk, no
if that
reward.
makes-
Continue.
Now, going back to Ma's point, are we supposed to treat like the next girl that comes along as like a crash test dummy? You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, you are here so that I can see, do I like this?
No.
And then if I don't like this, then it's like, I don't like this.
And then we
But
don't
okay,
want
can I-
everything to be a trial and error.
yeah.
Can I?
Because
Can I?
well, so, oh yeah,
Okay, no, continue.
Because the thing with trial and error, what does that do?
Everyone has a lot to say.
Trial and error, what happens? It's all wrong. Like it's you've
wrong
been
until
through
you
it,
get it right,
you've
you
did-
see.
No, but that's the thing. That's the, okay. Listen, I
Like,
says Bruce.
okay,
Whoa, wait.
okay.
I says Bruce. Ne? We honestly know. It's okay. When it comes to getting a girlfriend, right? You want a girlfriend who knows too much or just knows too little. It's up to you. You choose.
Too much
Ne?
about what? Like yourself?
Just too much about relationship.
relationships.
Everything
much.
that has to do with relationships.
much.
The full package.
She's
So-
feeling 15.
15. I get it, she's in relationships and all.
She's learning herself.
And she's learning herself.
It's not
along
the same for both of us, but the
yes.
contract's not the same.
Here's my chat. Here's my chat is that also as a bro, nah, you in high school with this man. Fair that things happen, whatever the case is. Now, if she buys to Cape Town and you are here, sharp, you can push this long distance thing, right? But now, what does that say about that time? That time you are not ready. You are not ready. You're in matric. You don't know what's happening after.
Okay.
And one thing I can say, you cannot go into a relationship not knowing. You cannot go in not knowing what the future holds.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Okay. And I hear that, nah. I just want to say one thing. Bro, one thing, nah, that we must first learn to start de-attaching too much, nah, is your personal growth and your life and yada, 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 and relationships. Bro, sometimes, nah, look at it as two different things, nah.
They
First
are
and-
two different
they're
things.
fully two different things, right? Two different things. All I want to say is, gents, let's understand this. One thing that I have learned with being in relationships, they test capacity. Relationships test capacity. How much can you take? That's what they test. How much can you take? Bro, whether the woman knows too much or too little, whether she has experience or she doesn't have experience, whether it's gonna be long distance, whether you don't have enough money and she has enough money, or she doesn't have enough money and you have enough money, all the challenges that come with relationships test and show you, boy, how much can I take? And the problem is that you guys look at that, all those things, the capacity that relationship is throwing at you. Yo, listen, how much can you take, boy? CP, how much? Speedy, how much? Malema, how much? You guys rather dodge that. But you don't realize if you always receive that and receive, you learn more about even yourself. More about yourself than even that relationship. Because a relationship is not always just about two-way street, me and you. Boy, do you know how much you also learn about yourself by being in a relationship?
Yeah.
Simple things like respect, common decency. You learn a lot about yourself. Forget that person. Yes, they might go molemo, but you know how much you learn about yourself by being in a relationship. Because what relationships test is capacity. How much, as a young person, can you take? And if you can take it all, but you will go with that person, bro. So the problem is that you guys, from what I'm hearing, you guys are afraid of that. You're afraid.
Not necessarily.
You gents are afraid of that.
Can I just add on to what Rolila said? Majority of what we're looking at now, and from the conversation I just heard, it's getting distracted by the fact that we're looking at it as a business transaction, or there should be a success or a return to my investment. It wouldn't make sense to look at a relationship like that, because you would think the same as of your friends. You would say, no, this relationship is supposed to benefit me. It's supposed to change me. It's supposed to do this. No, it's an interaction. That interaction is going to bring much more towards you and the person you're going to be. That's why I would agree with Walila's mom, because it makes so much sense. I need an experience to come about, and I cannot expect that experience to come when I'm always trying to be ready for something I've never looked at the criteria
Thank
for. It wouldn't make sense at all.
I can understand that.
Who comes to chair? No, I'm sorry.
Nah, listen. I understand that point, but how far can it be like how you're saying where relationships teach you like common decency and certain things? Aren't those things that are also supposed to be taught at home or like in your friend groups?
Yes.
So it's like, why wouldn't you learn certain things when you're at an age where you can better cope with dealing with another person and learning more about yourself in that environment?
Yeah.
Can I add on
Like,
that?
yeah.
Guys, how old must you be to drive?
18. Oh, 17.
16 with a learner's permit,
How
but
old must
18
you
on
be
your
to
own.
21 in America. 18.
21 in America, 18 with
The logic
us.
behind that and can it apply to this very situation?
Yes, it should. I think it should. I think it should, guys.
I think as well. I think so as
What
well.
we forgetting? A relationship is deep, bro. Listen, Welile, you said that, okay, we have to separate ourselves from the relationship. Nah? I promise you, your personal growth will shatter if you break up. If you're telling me you're not going to even feel a heartbreak,
That's a lie.
and you're telling me your productivity is not going to be affected by that.
okay,
It's
so
like
like
at a
3 weeks
crucial,
or 3
wait,
months
at
to
a
go back to
crucial,
another.
imagine that happening before
No.
your matric exam.
That's
Wait,
I 100%
wait.
agree.
Okay, my question
You'll
is,
freaking
right?
self-destruct.
Okay.
My question is, like,
Okay.
whenever you guys have been in relationships that cost you something, like your heart was broken, that's the reason why you can come and speak this way, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with me, but I look at it from both sides, right? So now, after that, are you not better men today?
Yeah, now I would say I'm
Are you
exactly-
not better men
yes.
today?
Yes.
Right? And those stressful days and cussful nights, right? Those days built character.
They built
and
the
that's
gene that
things
you are
that you
now.
realized
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
That you were in the relationship. Like, it doesn't have to be instant that when we break up, I have to know everything about myself. No. You're gonna look back. Eventually you're gonna look back and you're gonna find out that, hey, I was this, and this, and that. So now the next girl that I decide that, hey man, let me try with you. I don't do 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't like 1, 2, 3. It's the same thing with trial and error. Yes, it gets messy a lot. You get me? But it's a thing of one day you get it right. You get it right.
My thing is, you also look back
You
at some
can't get it
point.
right from the first jump.
At some point, you look back and think, did I need to jump through those hurdles?
Exactly.
Or there'd been a different way to learn the same lessons
It's
that I
like-
would have learned.
It's
like
like
a
watching
bit
from the
of-
sidelines also. Like we
But
like
then if you're not trying,
no, it's not to say we're not trying. That's why I'm saying the ready part is that okay, you've been in a relationship, you tried it, then you're like, yo, okay, I see this thing wants me to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you know you need to improve on this, you need to improve on this before you go back into it. But you do it knowing that you still need to achieve it.
okay, that's now that's hopping. We're talking
That's-
about
that's-
like
that's-
being
that's
in
the thing.
relationships, right? I'm not speaking for the people that break up today, get another girlfriend tomorrow. I'm speaking about us genuine people that take time to heal a bit, refocus, refresh, and go to the next one because
You
we
take
know.
time to heal a bit,
Yes.
then we're more or less on the same line. There's
Not
no
to say,
rush.
not to say those
Take
people
time.
aren't genuine because certain people's healing times are different
Yeah,
than others.
different.
We can say that. But
Okay,
yeah,
how long
really-
should a healing
Okay.
time be actually?
Depends on you.
I
It
wouldn't
depends on
lie.
you. It depends on you.
Hey.
Okay, I have a question. So there's two guys. There's the guy who's in a relationship. He's committed. He's young also, and he's in a relationship where she's committed as well, and they take each other serious. It's a serious relationship, but we are young. We're making it work. No matter the difficulties, name all the difficulties under the sun, we're still pushing through, making it work. That's guy number one. Guy number two, he's aware of all the difficulties. He knows everything like the other guy, but he just chooses not to be in a relationship, but rather just mingle with people.
No, not
mingle with
really.
people. Listen, I'm making an example.
Yeah.
He decides, that's his choice, right? To do that with other women, with other people. Because he's saving himself from everything that you guys are explaining now. Who's the better man? Morally.
Ethically.
But that's how you're saying we didn't put more
Okay, no, but
people in
okay,
the
but
count.
just please wait. Answer
That's
my
what I'm
question.
saying. Don't put
no,
Guy
other
one.
people.
Yeah,
no,
say
no,
guy
no,
one.
no,
Guy
but
one.
like,
didn't say anything about
no,
mingle.
we're being realistic though. That's what happens.
No,
not to everyone.
No, it doesn't. No. But
Put a
we
group
have to
who's
be.
focused, no hands. Put that in comparison to that.
Yeah, to
Don't
a guy.
mingle.
No.
Mingle is another thing.
But
But
okay,
listen,
wait,
but
wait.
Mingle,
listen,
you still,
listen.
the thing with
Gents,
this,
okay, wait. Can
Yeah,
I
but
just
you're
want to
right,
say
you're
something,
Mingle
gents.
is another thing, guys.
Gents,
You can't put
You
mingle.
gents, like you know this, man. You can be super focused. You can
Bro,
have.
That's what I'm saying. Let's be realistic.
You can have
man.
motion in whichever way that you think you have, right?
Yeah.
But then, even if it's one girl, there's that one girl in your heart, bro. I'ma be real. And that girl, you genuinely talk to her. You said it, when you're
let's
working
be
on yourself,
realistic.
man, there's no way you went a whole year.
Let's be realistic.
There's no girl on your
Let's be.
phone.
Let's be.
There's
let's
no
be-
girl.
Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic.
Let's
no.
Because like
Be
let's
realistic,
not like short let's not shortfall ourselves of this conversation. Like let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
Look, we are saying the thing is when you add a guy who's mingling, right?
Bro, when I
No, you
okay,
cannot.
okay.
My issue is that when you add a guy who's mingling, that's not the guy we're talking about because he's still playing around.
Okay,
with
but
girls.
like okay, but okay.
So now, me, I'm talking about the guy, and we're not saying that he didn't date or anything, right? He just understands his time. He knows what he needs in order to be
But
in a
there's
relationship.
never perfect timing, Lissetti.
Nah, dog,
what?
this is wait.
Wait, perfect timing.
Okay.
Let him cook.
Let me say what I.
cook.
Okay, this is my take, dog. You get into a relationship, nah. Fair that you guys love each other, you're having your problems, but you are not ready, bro. And to show you are not ready, you are asking mommy for money. You're asking dad for money.
Exactly.
To go on
You have to deal with not posting on social media.
It's
But you're asking mommy for money.
I have one sentence, man. What if you have all that money and still fail? Then what are you gonna bring it on?
But dog, that's a better alternative to what
That's
you
That's better. That's better than asking mommy for money. Like, bro, I rather. That's
Wait,
Bro, no.
Let's be honest, bro.
Boy.
You will take a honeymoon vacation with your
With
mommy's money,
mommy's
bro.
money.
Oh, James,
With mommy's money.
That's why I asked you James this question first. Tell me if a relationship fails because there's somewhat not enough preparedness, you're not ready. Tell me every single reason that makes a gen not ready, but you just didn't tell me.
There's factors
Okay,
we need to go.
I wanna go back to it.
So it's not
Let's
having
factor
money.
number one.
Number
Let's
one
factor
is not
number
having
one.
nine. Okay, what's the other
Wait,
factor?
I want to go back to
What's the other
I want
factors?
to go back to your scenario. You remember how you said there's two people who are young and they decided to commit and make this thing work. Now, on the off chance, what if they look more like roommates than they do like a couple? Then what?
Yeah.
Like that's the
happens?
feeling, that's the living that you get. Because now you've decided to dedicate yourself to being with this one person for the rest of your life and you didn't know anything. Now when you finally know, like you guys have this fuzzy built, there's kids, there's a dog, there's whatever. But now there's no intimacy because she's changed. You don't know how
Then
she
raise the kids.
You know what?
Nah.
Let's be cool.
It's cool. Can I bring like a okay? It's a bit religious in a sense, nah.
Yeah.
It's a Bible. It's not a Bible verse, but it's almost a story kind of, nah.
Yeah.
So you know the story of Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
There's Adam. Adam comes into the world. He comes in alone. Adam is given a job by God to name all the animals. Adam is given a job by God to know the word of God. Once Adam has this, God says it is not right for this kind of a man to be alone. So what does he do? He creates Eve. But God didn't create Eve for a dependent man. He created Eve for Adam, who is independent. So what we are saying is that like we're not studying you don't date, but dog, be independent. Know
Hence,
your
like
purpose.
an older age,
Know
like
your
driving
purpose,
or like
have your money,
drinking.
Right.
understand yourself, and then date, bruh. But don't go into dating when you still dependent on so many things. You don't know yourself. You
Asking
can't.
mommy for
you
money.
asking mommy for money. So we're saying at
Homework.
least become independent to a sense.
Okay, wait.
Become
So
independent and then test the pool of dating.
I heard like homework and whatever.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question. I just have a question.
Yeah.
So are you guys advising the young teenagers
Not today.
I'm gonna speak from 17 up to 20 because me and really fit the gap.
Yeah.
Are you guys advising them not to get in a relationship?
So what I would say with that is that we would advise them not to get into a relationship because if things fail, it's not gonna be as easy as when you are independent.
But then now also, to some extent, I'm gonna go back to this example again. Character development played a part. Your heartbreak played a part in your character development. And we cannot sit here and lie to ourselves and say,
maturity is also an important
very much,
because
very
remember,
much.
like you said, relationships can either make you or it can either break you. Are you mature enough for that failure?
I only believe you can make
So that's
I only believe a relationship can
But
make
that's the
you.
thing is that
It
the
can never
maturity
break you
level.
unless you're broken yourself.
No, let's think of a 17-year-old. A 17-year-old.
And that's the thing,
a
17-year-old.
17-year-old's maturity level at the time.
Bro,
Most
you're,
of them.
and I'm thinking about all the other like responsibilities you have. You're in grade 11.
You can live.
You have to apply for university or college or whatever with that same report. And now you still have to be here for like a relationship, bro. Whatever money you are making, you're not even thinking about a business. You're not even thinking about your future. You are thinking how, like, you know, how can we like enjoy this moment that we have together?
Okay,
you know what I'm
James,
saying?
okay,
That's
that-
why even-
that goes-
maybe
But
if
like,
I can ask
to
you
some
guys,
extent,
because
deep down that
You know
goes
what, man?
that's from you. Like imagine, okay, in high school I've had two kinds of relationships where all my parents' money I spent it on a girl, and all the money that I got I spent it on myself and the girl.
Yeah.
It goes down with you. The first one, every time I used to get money, I always, let's go out, let me buy you this, let me do that, right? And I had to learn from it. So I know when I go to the next one, it's not gonna happen again. Now we go out, but then something needs to happen for my growth. Do you get me? Like you need to go through those. Like every time I meet someone in high school telling me they have relationship problems, I'll keep on saying, go and date. Find out who you are through that person, because I believe your partner really plays a part in you finding out yourself, especially as a young teenager, becoming an adult.
What I would say is because of the
Some of the things-
independence factor, now you're not necessarily relying on someone else to help feed this life lesson. In other words, you would be able to facilitate that yourself. You're like, okay, I'm spending all of this money on this person, but your life is already set up for you to be independent. You're not necessarily taking all this money that is being given to you and you are just throwing it at some other person. Like your mom only knows she's giving money to you. She doesn't know about
And I want to
Tamales
talk
or
about-
whatever.
Wait.
Can you talk
But like,
about something?
does your life revolve around this person?
No, but like
because
that's
that's how
the thing.
it seems. Because if your life, okay, whenever I'm with my girl, she's my girl. But when I get home, I'm doing my own thing. I'm my own person. You get me?
That's what I'm. Yes, that's
And
what I'm
you can't
saying.
now base your whole life around this person.
Guys, exactly. No, exactly. Oh, you get it, man.
Yeah, okay. No.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Go on.
No, I just want to say, like, bro, when I say relationship or you're being in a serious relationship, whatever, bro, it's like, yes, I'm acknowledging, yes, I am respecting, yes, I am aware, fully aware that my life will change when I'm in a relationship. Bro, it's bound to, especially if I'm calling it a serious relationship at a ripe young age. Bro, it's bound to change in many ways. Why not disregarding that? I am aware. I know. You understand? I am saying, bro, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be in one at a ripe young age, my bad. There's nothing wrong because there's still a lot to learn at that young age. Even if you're at a relationship. That's why I said before we even got deep. Bro, you guys don't realize that you will still learn a lot about yourself. You will still grow yourself alone, even in a relationship. If you understand that, bro, she's in my life, but she isn't my whole life. You understand?
Yeah.
She's my girlfriend, but she's not everything. I don't
Yeah.
need her. I choose her.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's fine. Nah, that's
That's the thing, bro.
I like that. I
It's
just-
a thing of- it's a thing of being aware of that and being willing to always go at that, charge at that every day. You won't get confused. All these fears, all these doubts, all these we're trying to play it careful, we're trying to play it safe. The game is cold, bro. All those things leave your mind if you're just aware of yourself.
Sure.
If you're fully
Can I
aware of
grab
yourself,
that,
no relationship will make you wander and dwindle and twist and turn. There's no relationship that's gonna shake you if we are zazi cow. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Can I just
That's why. That's why even if
Yeah.
you're young, it's okay. Like it doesn't matter. That's why
I just think you mentioned how being in a relationship allows you to learn all of these things about yourself, discover all of these things. I just think us specifically as young people, we run towards a relationship because that's the easiest way to learn that. There are other alternatives to learn those same things. It's just that it's much more hard. It's much more difficult. And the beautiful thing about life, things that are difficult will stick with you because you went through the journey of learning that with the girlfriend, I can be with this girl. We can break up. I'll learn a few amounts of things or whatever. But that journey that I went through, it taught me more than what I was needing to learn for at that specific age and for who I want to be at. And in comparison to being with the girl, it's a thing of, cool, I'll break up with you, but then I'm depressed and I'm emotional. I'm going to be blocked off from viewing everything throughout the whole process, but just focusing on the part that this girl hurt me. You know what I'm trying to say?
But bro,
And you see, especially what Omolemo is saying.
okay.
I go back to I understand what you are saying. What you're saying is true, right? But now we take it back to the 17-year-old. Maybe your 17-year-old friends, what did they do when they were heartbroken? Were they mature enough to do exactly what Willile just said now?
Never. They were smoking.
If they're
No, were they mature?
Right.
What Willile said
Never.
is proper, but a 17-year-old,
Exactly.
an 18-year-old, were they mature enough to speak like how he did?
Emotionally mature enough,
Emotionally.
because what you just displayed is high emotional intelligence. A 17-year-old, majority of them don't have that, bro.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna say that everyone has high emotional intelligence, then yeah, you have a case.
Oh, yeah.
But we are safer to say, dog, you don't have that kind of emotional intelligence yet. You are better off getting your degree, getting your job, becoming independent, covering yourself, and then testing the
That's
pool.
why people always refer to this thing, don't rush. Not to say, wait until you're old. It's like, don't rush. It's the best advice you could give. Don't rush.
We are fighting a serious foe.
And another thing,
I can feel the
Nah,
pressure.
facts, yeah.
and another thing is that, like, you see what you said? It's true, dog. Like,
Yeah,
makes sense, bro. We choose and all of that. But now, we also in that relationship, when you're young, the mistakes you be doing, bro. This is the world. 17-year-olds and 17-year-olds, bro, God forbid, they sleep together. What then? They're not mature enough to be how to handle in a relationship. They do things that they cannot control. They are that young and they're not mature enough to do those things.
Yeah, I wanna ask
How
you
many
something.
times? How many times do you have relationships where like you commit to your partner and say, "Hey, let's not do this until you get to a certain time."
Okay, wait, I have a question. Like, what advice would you give, right, to
But you'll have
someone
to
that's
point
watching
first and
this podcast today, is 24, in a nice relationship. He's trying to figure himself out because whatever we're saying kind of discourages him in this scenario, right? So he's 24, in a relationship, he's happy, he's figuring himself out. Well, he thinks he is, there's up, downs. What do you tell him if now he feels like he's failing
Okay.
in life? Like, what do you tell him?
So my
Are you
advice.
are you gonna blame his love life, or are you gonna blame him and his choices?
I'm not gonna blame love. Love is love, right? But now it's his relationship. If he's good in that relationship and he knows how to do it well, knowing how to respect boundaries, knowing how to respect each other, then he's doing a good job. But you have a 24-year-old, if you fail to commit to what you guys said in the beginning, you're not ready for this, bro. You already broke one promise. You said you're not gonna do this, you do it, and you're 24. You're not mature, even though you're 24. You're not mature enough.
yeah, okay. So
to handle that.
it's a maturity thing. It's not an age thing.
Yeah, it's not, yes,
yeah.
but then, like we said, right? Maturity comes with age.
Whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maturity comes with age. That's why we won't sit here and encourage high school kids to be in relationships.
I feel like maturity comes with age, but I mean in the context of relationships, not all the time.
But then also the consequences though. Even though maturity, we can argue that, okay, me, I'm 17, but I'm more mature than a 24-year-old.
That's true.
In a relationship.
Yeah, but what doesn't change is if a mistake happens, the 24-year-old is in a way better position to figure that out than you, who is 17. At 17,
babies or something.
at 17, you can ruin your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly it. As I was going to say, as much as it's not necessarily black and white, at 18 you're mature, at 17 you're on. But there is a trend. The older you are, the more mature you tend to be.
Yes. Yeah. It's almost expected.
Yeah.
And I like the analogy that Speedy used, that even the situation was that, okay, sharp, you have a 17-year-old and a 24-year-old. If a 24-year-old becomes a father, sharp, he's in a better position than a 17-year-old.
It's a position.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but
It's
it's
not ideal.
better.
It's a better position. But like we said, we're not discouraging relationships. We just need people to know how to handle it and know.
And know yourself.
Know yourself.
Like, not what you can handle, bro. Just not what you can handle. Yeah.
Before, wait, before like we conclude, because I can see the convo.
We basically
He's agreeing now.
These guys have declared about their loss. Here we are.
But before that, right?
Yeah.
I would wanna give advice to people, right, that are in those 20s and teens, right? Like he said, don't rush. I mean, life, it's a whole journey, yes. But I would say experience at least the bare minimum to discover the bare minimum in a relationship. You know, I know girls that have never been in relationships, and guys as well, and because they see the things that are happening around them, the connotations behind it. And for me, I would say you depriving yourself of an experience. Like, it doesn't have to be the best one. I won't nobody promises you good experiences. Do you get me? But eventually, if you don't learn from that experience, that's on you and not the experience. Do you get me?
And to add on to what he said, if you're always looking for a safety net in a relationship or in any type of thing that you're doing, you will never succeed, because the risk is always going to attack something in your life. You are not just an object that's meant to wait until it's prepared or polished.
Yeah.
No one is. That's the whole point of getting into one. It prepares you for the next one. You get to eat the knife that
No, I hear you. The thing is, what I caught on to something he said is like,
For the next one.
it prepares you for the next one. And it's like,
That's not the point.
if you got in a relationship with
You're not supposed to want the next one.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm trying,
I
because
get it.
even with the people who are experienced, okay, sure, let's make it easy. Experience for experience. Sure, perfect couple. No experience. Sure, perfect couple. Because the thing is,
Why
the
can't
whole
it be
point.
less experience with
No, but the thing is, you guys are here. You go in experience, but don't go in there with that mentality of let me go experience so that the next one, when this one hasn't started, we don't.
But like, you don't know if there's going to be a next one until there's a next
If
one.
that's the
The
case,
thing with the
sure.
relationship, the way you guys speak is as if it's a one of one. It's never one of one.
But it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
I will give you this even when
Yo, Kimo, boy, you're gonna take my seat, bro. You're gonna take my seat.
I told you, put the nigga there.
Before we end,
Yazi besimnandi Simon
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but even when he mentioned Adam and Eve, right? It was still not a one of one. No, it's true. You know why it's true.
Okay.
And it was proven. In fact, the story tells you everything. He never knew whether I'm supposed to trust in this moment. Am I supposed to show in this moment? He didn't know. He just believed. Everything was told, he just believed. Same thing with you guys right now. Majority of your friends, family, all of them, past, present, they built you, as he said before, they built you. I'm not saying that you should look to the next one, but I'm saying it's a possibility. It's the whole point of the relationship. It's a risk. You are giving yourself to someone. You're giving your time. As Walile said, you're choosing to say, let me invest into myself and into this person because I know that I want to. After that, it's up to, is it going, if it works, it works. That's what makes it a beautiful thing. That's the whole point of a relationship. If it works, it works, but you will never know because you assume the probability is one of one. It's 100%.
Thank you. No, here's my thing. No, here's my thing. Let me This is what's happening. This is what's happening. Here's my thing with that. If you are preparing for the next one all the time, like granted it's a small percentage, but now you've already added that element of doubts into the room. The moment you always want something to work out, it must be one of one. Exactly. That means you will always have the best thing. You have conviction in the fact that this is the person for you. And this will always be the person for me. But like that will happen at like a later stage. You are not breaking it. You are not making an omelet and breaking eggs. You are just following the recipe and you are making the omelet.
You're not climbing, and then you are not climbing a ladder. You're actually going down the ladder.
Yes.
You're going down the ladder.
Wait, so are you guys saying?
Some do.
What you're basically
Lionel
saying
Messi got it on from the first time.
What?
Lionel Messi.
Messi's been dating that girl
Messi's one of
forever.
one.
But that's
But you guys don't really know what happened.
But it's supposed to be one in a
I'll
million.
prove this to you guys. I'll prove this to you right now.
Yeah, but Messi's a good
What
example.
you guys are giving, the intent,
Yeah, you see,
your
it
intent
is
is to
young
say
love, sure.
that whatever I do from now, and I go and choose this person, I must stay. I want to be with this person. Truly, I love this person, right? But if that person again is a whole different person, that's not your mindset, that is not your agreement, they have no obligation to stick with you. So you saying, no, because I love her so much, it's going to work out.
No.
You must not take your time to know her. You must not take your time to know her. You must take, listen, a talking stage, in my personal opinion, a talking stage is not 2 weeks, it's not 3 weeks, it's not even 6 months. You are doing this for a long period of time to understand who this person is.
I love what Speedy just said, man. Lionel Messi got it day one.
One of one. My
One
God.
of one.
Lionel
Right?
Messi.
My God.
What age?
My God.
I can be, bro.
Nah, I can't see.
I can be dead ass. Now, he got it. What time? What age did he start? 16, 17. 16, right?
Yeah.
We spoke about confused teens not knowing, right? He did it from 16 all the way up through his soccer career, through his challenges, through whatever he was facing. And I promise you now, if you go speak to him, he probably knows more about himself and his woman than the whole relationship.
Okay,
Now, one in a million, and you can be that one in a
Get
million.
there. Now, let's start like this, né? Probably maybe there was one factor. Maybe I could assume there was one factor that helped them be in a good relationship from then. Maybe support from parents and all of that.
That's
How
why
many of the
Jana
young
Mazari
people
with
do
Manjora.
that? How many of the young people do that?
Oh, wait,
It's factual. How many of the young
I also
people
wanna
actually
add-
do that?
How many young people have support
that-
from
many young-
family
The
going
fact
to
that at
relationships?
16,
Family
at 16 years old, Messi was already one of like Barcelona's academy prospects. Now he was already independent in the sense
you're
that
saying there's
economically
motion.
nothing. There's motion. You are moving nothing with your mom's motion, bro. No ways.
I played academy football,
Okay,
boy. It's
can I
not like
just
that, boy.
ask a closing question to everyone in the panel?
Okay.
How many of you sitting there right now have parents who are married or who are married and still married to their childhood sweetheart?
None.
Yeah, let's hear.
Literally.
And you know why?
Let's open
Man, but that doesn't.
But then you're also talking about.
I'm not gonna base my kid's love story.
I'm not gonna keep it like that. I'm not gonna keep her files, but I know.
Your contract is not the same.
I'm not
what
gonna
I'm
keep her files
saying.
on anything, but I know very well it was just one of one on the person I know. It was one of one.
Yeah, I don't know the other guy. I don't know the other guy. But it's also a thing.
And also, it was the right age. The right age. The right age. The right age. You're not gonna
Listen.
You're not gonna sit here and say it's impossible.
I'm comfortable sharing my one.
Alright, sure.
My mom, I think, was like maybe early 20s. She met my dad. They did their thing for a little bit. But then she was the one who was like, you know what? You are in a different place in your life. Call me back when you are ready. 3 years later, he came back.
Inside.
Then they married happily ever after. Here's your boy in the picture. So yeah, my point will always still be like, it's better later on than it is earlier on.
And if it's meant for you, it will come back.
Amen.
And if it's meant for you, it'll also stay with you.
And James, I just want to say, James, you must just open your heart to destiny all the time. Embrace the struggle, embrace life, embrace love, embrace everything, bro. Because at the end of the day, you will be who you're meant to be. The end, you will be with the person who you're meant to be with. Just embrace it, feel it, live it, bro. Don't avoid it. Be there, bro.
Don't be scared.
Because there's nothing more beautiful than just walking your journey, talking your talk, walking your walk, and feeling it, bro. There's nothing more beautiful. But yeah.
We don't even have to.
Buy the merch.
Boyz Aloud, fully
Go to
sure,
accounts,
you know what I'm
now
saying?
check it.
Yeah.
And then email, and yo, for anyone who wants to hop on the show as a friend, and lastly, for friends of the show,
looking at that.
we're gonna leave our email address down in the description below. So just send the email if you wanna hop on the panel like the other gents, and you can become a friend of the show. But till then, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and
See you in the next one.
we out. Yes, sir.